Hi guys, it is time for our last lesson on grid journey. So at the pattern-collections.com website, you want to go to write-ups to find the grid journey. And down here in lesson number 6, it says we're still stuck on square grids, but what happens if your grid consists of different sized areas? This one has a grid, but it has a grid that has a small section and then a bigger section and then a small section, then a bigger section. And so that is interesting, and I think I might want to explore that. At first I thought I was going to just do on the square grid like this, but I think I might explore this sort of unconventional shape. And then you know, you can take your same pattern that we've been playing with before and do it in here. Or we can ask what happens if we combine two patterns into one. So she did this pattern and then added this one so that she had two different things together. And then she's asking us to pick two grid-based patterns, take one block from one pattern and one block from the other pattern. For example, this one, or Amy, which is what we've been working with, and then apply the same principles as we've done here when we did that lesson where we did them all the same or every other one or whatever. And but like, let's say for example we're going to do this pattern. We're going to do blues and pinks. But in this pattern, we're going to do the first pattern we choose as the pinks and the second pattern we choose as the blues. So I'm going to do that, but I think I'm going to, rather than put it on a square grid, I think I'm going to draw that unconventional grid as well so that we can just play with all that stuff. I'm just going to do it on the back of this piece of paper. So I'm going to draw nice and big because I think big would be a good thing. Maybe about that distance apart, and then small, and then big, and then small, and then big, and then small, and then big, and then small again. Is that enough room? I think I should go one more. So I'm just doing it temporarily with a pencil, and then I'll come back with my pen and make it a little bit more specific. I think I need one more row this way too. Small, big, small, big. I think I need one more big. Right? Something like that. Okay, so let's first start out with a pen and make this a little bit more of a stable grid. I'm going to actually use a straight edge, which I don't do very often. But let's adopt a straight edge so that we get kind of a more consistent pattern here. I'm going to start it there. So we're going to go 1. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5. Okay. And then we're going to go and 1, half, and 1, half, and 1. We're going to do that. That's my goal here. Don't know if that's accurate. Did I do that straight? I don't know if I even did that straight. Oh, I was pretty close. Wow. I wasn't paying attention to whether or not it was straight. Going to 10, from 10 to 4. So here I need to go from 10 to 4. And then this should be relatively square. Sort of. Why not? Why am I so far off? Close enough. Something like that. And then I'm sure this is thrilling video. Absolutely thrilling. If I had thought about this prior, I would have absolutely drawn this out before I started. But, you know, I'm on the go here. And I'm not square, and I understand that I'm not square. I'm off somehow a little bit, but it's close enough. Close enough for what I'm doing. Let's erase all those extra pencil bits. So how am I going to play with this grid? Let's do 2 different patterns from the stuff that we've played with before, which is this page and this page. What did I like? What didn't I like? Where do I want to start? Let's use let's use this one and Amy base and this one. So we're going to use Amy base and this, whatever this is. So, and then what square thing am I going to use? Let's use 2 and 2. So let's do this one and this one the same. And then this one and this one the same opposite. So this one's going to be my Amy base, and then this one's going to be the whatever we played with there from the T thing. And then again, Amy base and then the T thing. And then I think I'm going to do it 1 row one way and 1 row upside down. We're just going to play. That's what this is all about. Combining and playing and coming up with something interesting. So my Amy base is going to go like this and like this, right? And then we're going to skip one and then we're going to go like this and like this. I did that one better than I did that one. Then this row, I'm going to do it upside down. the Amy base is going to go here. Let's skip one and then it's going to go here. Like that. And then it'll go here. And here. And then in this row, it'll be the same. And in this row, it'll be the same. And then in this row, it'll match this one. Upside down. It's already looking very interesting. Indeed. Okay, so now I want to use the one with the rice shape and the spiral. And I think I'm going to start with this one upside down. So I'm going to do the rice shape and the spiral. Rice shape and the spiral. Not very talkative. I'm sorry, folks. I'm getting in the zone. As I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, now what do I want to add to this? Do I want to add auras? Do I want to add... I don't know what I want to add, but I'm going to add things. This will be my base. Okay, so that is what it has turned out to be so far. That's adding this variation of this T base and adding an Amy base. Now I'm going to continue with doing all those other interesting things where we can add stuff to what we already have and make this a very interesting sort of a pattern. Shall we do some sort of auras? Shall we? Now, if I hadn't drawn the grid in pencil, in pen, and if I'd drawn it in pencil, I might have erased and done some sort of thing in here, but we don't have that option. I'm thinking that I really want a lot of dark in this particular piece. I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make some feathering here on this shape, like that. Two of there and one here. Turn it around. One and two. One and two. What was that? Notification. Just an email. No biggie. One and two. One. Okay, so I like that thought process. I think I want to add those same petals on here. I like feathering as a technique. Really adds something to your pieces. Gives you really a lot of drama. And it's easy to do. Curve, 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 curve. Simple. So all I'm doing is playing. I'm taking a what if question. I've already put my patterns in to a non-standard grid. Using two base patterns and then just adding some elements. What if I do this? What if I do that? I like that so far. I think I want stripes in here. Getting better at keeping my hand consistent. Trying trying to keep those spaces fairly consistent, although, you know, your hand is your hand and it's going to do what it's going to do. Like that. So what else do you think I should add to this? I'm going to be listening. I'm listening for you guys to tell me what to do. And I'm listening for the piece itself to speak to me and say what it wants. I think it wants some dark element, some more bold somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. So we're going to stop, take a look at it, and let it speak to us. I'm really feeling like in here. I need an element. I think I'm going to go with a rice shape. All the way through the piece. That kind of fills up some of that space. It seemed kind of like it was needing something. Like that. And then I think I need to do that this way as well, do I? No, not really. Okay. I still feel like I want to make some dark element in here. I want, because I'm not drawing in black, I'm drawing in really a dark brown. I think I want the dark brown pen from this set, like I did the other day. And I'm going to put another piece of paper underneath just in case this bleeds through. I really don't want it bleeding through on my background paper. Because I'm just doing this on copy paper. Like that. That's good. That'll work. Yeah, I'm good with that. This is not the best pen in the world to use, but use what you have. You can make it work. You don't have to have super fancy supplies. This is a pen from a super cheap brush pen set, which is why it's not the best pen in the world, but it will do. For those of you who don't have a steady hand, don't worry about it. I've got a friend who has a muscle condition that really causes like a lot of shaking like this. He doesn't do art, but he does have a YouTube channel, and he does woodworking and such with his son, and he doesn't let his hand stop him from creating and doing what he wants. And when he draws out his plans, are his lines straight? Absolutely not. It doesn't mean that he can't be a creative person and do the carpentry he wants to do. That also, absolutely not. He does have fun with his son and completes the projects despite having hands that are not as controlled as he maybe would want them to be. But there's nothing he can do about it. It's a genetic condition inherited from his mother, who was one of the sweetest persons I knew. Hilarious, funny lady. She's no longer with us, but super bold woman. But she also had this same condition. So doing things with small motor muscle movements was difficult on her. So she chose a line of work that didn't require that. And that's cool. She used her verbal skills instead, which she had in abundance. Let me tell you, that lady. Look at that. I think I'm good. I am happy where this went. Could I color? I could. Could I add more stuff? I could. Could I be happy with where I'm at now? Yes, I could. I think I'm going to leave it just as it sits. I am very happy with what I did here. You know what I just noticed? I'm missing some. Are you guys yelling at me? I missed some feathering in here, which is why it looks a little funny. Wonder why I didn't have, yeah, there we go. That's better. So this is non-standard grid. There's another kind of non-standard grid, and I want to show you that before I leave, that I use all the time. A non-standard grid, 2 patterns. Two patterns combined T base A T. Okay, so we did a non-standard grid with two patterns combined, Amy base and T base variation, and that's what we came up with. I think that came out really cool. Now another non-standard grid base that you can do, which is really simple, is the brick pattern. Excuse me. I'm going to sneeze again, I think. But you can absolutely do a grid-based pattern on a brick pattern layout. Okay, there's a brick pattern, and let's do this Amy base just to show you what it might look like. Filled in as a brick. It's still a grid pattern, a grid base. It's another non-standard grid base. There we go. Just to give you an idea of another way to do a non-standard grid base. But anyway, there's that. I will see you on the next video, which will be a pattern video. I don't know what I'm going to do after this. I have had so much fun following these journeys, but I don't think there's more to come. There is this one. And you guys think that this might be something I should also delve into? It's this one, this steampunk. There's steampunk tangling. During Steampunk Week, we're going to thoroughly analyze patterns suitable for steampunk tangling. And then there is 7 parts of the journey of steampunk. So we're going to do machine parts, backgrounds, what is that? Ribbons and bands, materials and items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says 7. Anyway, I'm thinking maybe I'm going to continue on to this just because it gives us another write-up to follow and will bring us into another month. So I'm thinking that's where I should go. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right. So let's just so that you guys know that's where I'm going to head. So you can look ahead if you want. I will see you guys on the next video. You guys have a blessed day. Go out and do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.